souls for sale here, mate. They say the fool thinks himself to be a wise man, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. I say that to say this: you might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. They can't use my music to advertise for Coca Cola. No. They can't use my music to advertise for Motorola. No. They can't use my music to advertise for anything but truth. I guess that's the reason the industry won't let me in. Refuse to be a product or a brand, I'm a human. Refuse to contribute to the gangster illusion. Whether I'm number one, number two, or number three, I'm unique and there will never be another me. And there will never be another you. Be proud of who you are, don't copy what the others do. They are not superior, you are not inferior. When we realize that, there's gonna be hysteria. Not commercial, so it's controversial what my pen has written. When they listen, many have risen from the mental prison. That's why you don't see my face up on the television. But every time I try to sleep, I hear the devil singing. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. They can't use my music to advertise your watch or your car. Can't use it to advertise the drink you got at the bar. Can't use my music to advertise for anything but truth. I guess that's the reason the industry won't let me in. My integrity is the reason I'm thinking separately. Keep your 360, I can do this independently. It's likely I'm quite mad. Why? Cause I say with ease, slavery gave the streets Nikes and iPads. They don't like my rhymes, say my style is like a lecture, but I'd rather die than smile with my oppressor. I'm an honorable student with the facts on your Judas. You're not hip-hop or brand, you're just McDonald's music. Not commercial, so it's controversial what my pen has written. When they listen, many have risen from the mental prison. That's why you don't see my face up on the television. But every time I try to sleep, I hear the devil singing. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take my soul. You might take my life, but you can't take my soul. You can't take my soul. You might take my freedom, but you can't take my soul. No, you can't take.
I'm really liking this one, Lowkey, brother.
Much respect, bro. I want to dedicate that to everybody that passed on the flotilla on Monday. Much respect.
Insulting my intelligence. Oh, how these people judge. You think that I don't know, but I know. You think that we don't know, but we know.
Was schooled in 7 terrorism, was now no thermite terrorism. Was schooled in 7 terrorism, was now no thermite terrorism.
And the Twin Towers fell and it was controlled demolition. There was no terrorism, it's not that.
The southern tower, 10 o'clock Eastern time this morning, just collapsing on itself. This is a place where thousands of people work. We have no idea what caused this. If you wish to bring anybody who's ever watched a building being demolished on purpose knows that if you're going to do this, you have to get at the under infrastructure of a building and bring it down.
First, let the technical truths emerge. Then, if necessary, cope with the inevitable conspiracy and other questions. Buildings tend to fall over. They don't fall straight down through the path of greatest resistance. Buildings tend to fall over. This is a controlled demolition. Typically, a tall building like this is demolished by placing thousands of cutter charges throughout the columns and beams, detonating them in a very precise order. This is a controlled demolition. Synchronistically timed floor by floor, detonating them in a very precise order. This is a controlled demolition. Synchronistically timed floor by floor. This is a controlled demolition. So the result is an implosion. This is a controlled demolition. So the result is an implosion. This is a controlled demolition. We have straight down symmetrical collapse into its own footprint. This is a controlled demolition. This is what a high-rise looks like when it's being demolished with explosives. This is a controlled demolition. We have straight down symmetrical collapse into its own footprint. This is a controlled demolition.
Can I get with 2.3 trillion? When does a citizen become a civilian? When did the heroes morph into the villains? How can 2 planes powderize 3 buildings? These are questions that could get you murked, politically, socially, physically put into the dirt. Many swear that there's some kind of conflict of interest within. The conflict depends upon what you're interested in. You can chant 9/11 was an inside job all day until you say the Mossad and pay closer attention to Flight 175 and the odd cylindrical pod beneath the fuselage. Then it's 2+2 level addition after you factor in the flight termination systems and flashbacks of the cash the good rabbi stole, September 10th style, right down the rabbit hole. What can I get with 2.3? You can get unlimited corporate news. What can I get with 2.3? You can have any mercenaries you choose. What can I get with 2.3? You can steal a couple million souls. What can I get with 2.3? You can get everything under control. The missile they hit the Pentagon with was not an act of randomness. It murdered accountants, bookkeepers, and budget analysts. That side of the building was retrofitted prior to this to withstand bomb blast and nicknamed the catcher's mitt. If that don't give you some kind of clue why they blew the mortar, you should probably take some medication for your new disorder. If buildings are burning, don't ever trust a news reporter with 267 stories of gruesome slaughter. Don't ever mention Dov Zakim and trillion stolen, much less missile-equipped Boeings he been remote controlling. With System Planning Corporation International, the folks to see if you got some buildings you'd like to crash into. But that's impossible without the proper capital. That's why I'm asking you what you would do with unimaginable wealth. So much money you can't delve in it, enough to buy 5 presidents and 12 senates. What can I get with 2.3? You can get unlimited corporate news. What